Hello dear students, let us start a new topic, statistics. Let me write it. And can anyone let me know that what comes to your mind when we talk about the word statistics? Yeah, it involves something related to stats, isn't it? Let me explain it to you in brief that what actually is a statistics. Statistics is that branch of mathematics that deals with data. So what actually is data? Let us also understand that. So it is that branch of mathematics that is going to deal with data. If I talk about data, data is simply the information which could be represented in the form of facts or figures that will lead to some conclusion, right? So statistics deals with the data, and data is processed in four major ways. The very first thing is that we need to collect data. So the first aspect of data is its collection, right? Once we have collected the data, we need to represent it so that it becomes easily understandable for everyone. So the next aspect of this data is to represent it. So let us represent. Next thing is representation. So when I say representation, representation could be done in various forms that we are just going to discuss in a while. Let us just complete it. Representation. What is the next aspect? The next thing about data is analysis. We analyze the data which we have collected. So the next aspect of data is analysis. So let us also have it in this way. Yes. And the last aspect is interpretation. So we interpret the result which we get after analysis to come to a relevant conclusion. So at last it is interpretation. Okay. Let us also keep it inside this. Yes, enough. So if I look at this, I see statistics is all about data, and data is that information which could be presented in the form of numbers or facts that will lead to some conclusion. This data is processed by these four major stages. The very first is collection of data. According to the collection of data, we can have primary data. We can have secondary data. It depends. If the data is collected by the person itself who is going to use it, it is known as primary. So it is primary data. If the data used by a person is collected from some other source, then it is known as secondary data. Then representation comes. To represent data means to present it in such a way that it is easily understandable. For that we use tables, or in other words we can say frequency distribution tables. Right? Frequency distribution table. It could also be pictorially represented by graphs. You know many types of graphs like, bar graphs or histograms, etc. Right? So this is in this way we can represent the data. Analysis requires to come to